师徒之间节目，乌克兰的国归意志力胜过俄罗斯的武力，80-6以英语开始。Hello Buddha, why do you cry in your stone heart? How much desire? Why do your tears stream down the sea?
This is the lesson for the world. Should never go and invade any country.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Has different customs, different traditions, different languages, all kind of different things. What for you go there and force people to follow your way of life or your traditions? They're not used to it. Even it takes many generations, it never can be integrated like that.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
Even many countries invaded Vietnam, and old China invaded Vietnam for 1,000 years. And the Vietnamese are still Vietnamese. You see that?
Yes, Master.
They don't wear Chinese clothes. They don't speak Chinese language.
Right, right.
It took me a long time to learn Chinese. And they are still Vietnamese. They eat their food. They don't eat the Chinese stuff.
Yes, Master.
It's a completely different kitchen. But of course, sometimes they eat some of the Chinese-made food. But it's not like their staple food. It's not like their traditional food. They still eat, phở.
Yes.
They still eat bánh tráng, the rice paper,
Yes.
the rice cake.
Yes.
They still eat many other things that the Chinese didn't ever know or don't use.
Yes.
They eat some Chinese food also because there are some Chinese there who always make them and sell them. So sometimes they eat just like, okay, we go out sometimes, eat spaghetti, stuff like that. But we don't eat spaghetti every day like the Italians.
Yes.
So the Chinese have been for 1,000 years in and out of Vietnam, and they try so hard to make the Vietnamese become Chinese without success.
Yes. Yes.
So what does Putin think that Ukraine is their family? How? They speak even a different language
Oh, true.
Yeah.
and still say it's one family. Isn't that funny? Huh? And many people still say that. Even the one famous star also says the same. Russia and Ukraine are one family. Ah, garbage. Why don't they just shut their stinky mouths? You keep a little bit of dignity and honesty.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Why do you keep fattening somebody's butt like that? For what? Huh? What do you get? Huh? Maybe they are bribed to say that. Who knows? No, blackmail stuff,
Oh, yes, Master.
lobbying stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Master, more than 163 animal people have been released back to the wild in South America. And they are rescued from wildlife trafficking. And this includes anteaters, turtles, macaws, and leopards.
Oh.
The authority that organized this released more than 1,200 animal people last year alone.
Wow. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Bless them. And God protect these animal people.
Yes, Master.
Wonderful. Good news. Thank you. Anything else?
Yes, Master. Dolly Parton, her old property, it's turned into a venue and it offers free weddings to couples impacted by wildfires. It's a home that once belonged to Dolly Parton's family, and it's opened its doors to couples who lost their wedding venue due to recent wildfires in Tennessee.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. She has been doing, charity a lot in her life.
Oh, yes, Master.
Yes.
So it's not a surprise. Very good-hearted person.
Yes.
Okay. Right. Anything else?
That's about it, Master.
Oh, good. All right. I have also a couple of good news for you. A couple, yeah? Okay. Like, for example, many countries now recognize Bucha like a genocide.
Yeah.
they are speaking out.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
And either speaking out in newspaper or speaking out directly to the Russian people, hoping they will hear. Like UK, Boris Johnson he spoke to the Russian people and told them all the truth about what happened. He said, similar to what others say, the government lied to them, and your leader is now being accused of war crimes. And I hope the Russian people will listen and believe, but it's not that easy because under communism, the control is very strict.
Yes.
And people are also used to obedience and listening to their own media only.
Yes.
So now somebody else, stranger, not Russian, went up to some podium or microphone and told them something bad about their government. It might not be easy to swallow, huh?
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
If you're a viewer of Russian state TV, that is your main source of information, what do you believe that's happening in Ukraine right now?
They're presenting it like the Ukrainians want them there. They want to be liberated. They have been oppressed by this so-called Nazi government, and they welcome Russia's intervention. They have no respect for our reporters risking their lives because they claim they're only there to create a picture that is good for Ukraine and bad for Russia.
She watches so much Russian propaganda, I asked her if she ever found herself believing it.
No. If I didn't know any better, this would almost be believable because the way they keep harping on it as many times as they're repeating it, and also the fact that they say it with such conviction, with a straight face, they're telling such appalling lies that I could see how some people would buy into it, and that is really scary.
Путин такого не мог сделать. Напасть на Украину, тем более. Зачем нападать, если там наши жители живут? Наши все там, Украина, Белоруссия.
Но это же произошло. Почему? Случилось?
Не знаю, по новостям другое говорят. Я не слышу, что Путин ввел войска специально для войны.
Habits die hard,
That's true.
Yes.
It's ingrained in them already that whatever Putin says is correct and true. Whatever the government broadcasts is the truth. Very difficult, but I hope some people will wake up. Also, it's the influence of the devils as well,
Yes, Master.
of the zealous demons. The president of the Council of the EU suggested that they should offer asylum to accept the Russians who deserted their country during this war.
If you don't want to be a criminal, drop your arms, stop fighting, leave the battlefield. And I know, dear colleagues, dear members of the parliament, some of you have suggested granting asylum for these Russian soldiers who disobey Russian orders.
Yeah, they should, otherwise they have nowhere to go.
Yes.
They cannot go to other countries except their own, maybe next door, like Georgia and something like that.
Yes.
Or like communist-friendly or Russia-friendly.
Yes.
Some nearby only, but then it's almost similar to being in Russia.
Yes.
So if the EU allows them to come, that will be wonderful for them. Many people would go there, yeah?
Yes.
And it would be also good to enrich the workforce for the EU.
Right.
Now they even have to plant their own vegetables already because Ukraine supplies a lot of farm produce to all Europe, Africa, and as far as even China.
Yeah, that's right.
And many other countries in Asia, they supply them wheat.
Yes.
It's a very substantial amount, but many things involve make use of Ukraine farm produce, yeah? Even like for giving to charity to other needy nations, also use Ukraine wheat or farm produce.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
So Ukraine, up to now, is not so bad. They lost some, but they have not lost completely. It's just that the war is making trouble. They cannot export because Russia stopped where their route is.
Yes, Master.
They cannot bring their wheat out to sell or to distribute like before.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
Also, they have a very good harvest this year still, but it stay in the locked storage. And many people worry on both sides. The clients worry they don't have food, and the distributors worry they cannot give food to them.
Yes.
Because Russia, they control the Black Sea. And the Black Sea is where many of the imported products also come into Ukraine.
Right.
So if they're not coming, then the Ukrainian people are also short of a lot of things. And if their produce cannot go out to be distributed to other countries or other organizations, then also the world becomes hungry.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, they worry already that the war in Ukraine may lead to starvation in many parts of the world. Not that Ukraine cannot supply, it just cannot get out.
Right, Master.
Russia blocks one of the important routes to go out. Because if you go by car, you bring by car, or by train, it takes longer, and it's not as much as when you get a big cargo ship and go by the sea.
Yes, Master.
In going by the sea, the amount is bigger and it's quicker for many of the parts that they want to distribute.
Yes, Master.
Odessa's port is closed, which has cut off one of the world's largest exporters of food. Ukraine, the size of Texas, is number 4 in corn and wheat, number 1 in sunflower oil. David Beasley told us half the wheat the World Food Program needs worldwide is stuck in Ukraine.
Ukraine is the breadbasket of the world. They grow enough food to feed 400 million people. Well, that's gone. You're already seeing fuel pricing spike, food pricing spike, cost of shipping spiking. It's already creating havoc for the poorest of the poor around the world. But this is going to affect not just the poorest of the poor. It's going to affect everybody. We have to open up these ports. You've got to open them up, and we got to protect them so that food can move in and out of this country for the rest of the world. It's a humanitarian need. The world demands it. We have to have those ports open. We have to.
Now it's all stuck inside Ukraine. Well, at least Ukrainians don't get hungry. They just sit there and eat. It's good also. Why not? Yeah. For now, they have no choice, so it's good. And before, Finland or Sweden didn't want to join NATO.
Yes.
And now NATO welcomes them. Maybe they expressed the willingness to join NATO. But it's the same. Ukraine begged to join NATO. Why not say welcome to Ukraine? Isn't that funny?
Yes, Master.
Who are you afraid of?
Yeah.
Huh? Why? You promised Ukraine long before Sweden and Finland even.
That's right.
And you just welcome the other two countries and then deny Ukraine. When Ukraine needed your muscle to help in the time of great need, great emergency.
Yes, Master.
Oh, I'm really fed up to talk about him anymore. I told you they should just go home. NATO for what?
Yes.
I don't know why Sweden and Finland still want to join NATO. I don't know how they could still trust that they would come and help them.
Right.
Yeah, indeed.
Yes.
They say they would protect freedom and peace, but Ukraine needs it desperately, right?
Yes, Master.
Yes. That's true.
And Ukraine has been supportive and helped with NATO in many places.
Yes.
At least it's a friend.
Yes,
Yes.
Master.
If it's not an official member, then it's a friend. And they even accepted them, but they didn't know when. Official leave, and now immediately Finland, Sweden, okay, welcome. It's so ugly, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, my God. And to call them a leader of NATO or whatever, oh my God, give me a break. So tiring, sometimes so tiring in this world, just to live here.
Yes, Master.
Sometimes I really thought I have to confess to you that I think, just let them, whatever. They're all crazy. I will just go somewhere alone and do my practice and I'll go home.
Yes,
Master.
Really, sometimes it's just too much for my heart to bear. Too much for my little physical frame also. I just don't have the heart to leave, but I really want to.
Why did you leave Nirvana?
Know this, that we revere Gush Irvan, a divine spirit, and all our forms, as well as the souls of animals who are living as we are. They are to us as we are to them. The Yasna, Zoroastrianism,